she comes to the library, like storms in, like on a mission. Oh, you manipulated me into this marriage. I was never the type who would approach first.
That's such bullshit.
We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves.
Sort of ate there,
What are you here to do today?
be interrogated.
I'm gonna ask you some questions about our relationship story, and you're gonna reply.
Okay.
Your memory is pretty bad, so let's
Let's see.
First time we met.
First time we met?
Yes.
What about it?
How did we meet?
I was introduced to you three girls by Vasil, my friend Vasil.
But what did you think of me, basically, when you first saw me?
Should I be honest?
Of course.
You had an interesting vibe.
Whoa, what do you mean when you say interesting vibe?
You know, like a mystical, weird, not weird in a like a bad weird way, but like it was definitely a strange feeling.
That doesn't sound good.
No.
Mystical, a witch.
I've obviously met a lot of people, including girls, back in school because people come and go, right? You just meet people. You don't think too much of it. You're like, oh yeah. He looks nice. She looks nice. Yeah, whatever. But with you, I did have this weird feeling that I couldn't describe. It was like a...
Ooh, was it love at first sight?
No, I don't think it was a love at first sight. Like, the only way I could describe is like a strange feeling. Like, I can't describe it any other way.
A positive.
Yeah. But I was never the type who would approach first.
That's such bullshit.
What do you mean?
You had no problem approaching the German girls.
Oh no, because I was... Thank you. Because I was first introduced to them, and you know, we were just talking and we became friends, like, you know.
So you are not the type who would just go and talk to a girl?
No, I was never that type.
What did you think when I not only approached you, but I wouldn't let you go and I would just keep coming back to you?
It's difficult to say because now I'm glad you did, and so it's all positive feelings, but I can't quite recall exactly how I felt. I definitely liked it, of course. I mean, who doesn't like attention? I think. I'm sorry, I'm keep looking away from the camera because Tony's sitting there, so I'm talking to her. I'm not used to looking at the camera and answering to the camera when someone's asking me a question like here. But anyways, yeah, because first time I said no. Actually, this guy called Scott came. He was like, "Look, Josh, you could get a girlfriend so easily. If you just say yes now, you'll have a girlfriend." I was like, "Who are you talking about? What are you talking about?" And I was like, "Do you remember the girl Tony?" I was like, "Yeah, one of the Bulgarian girls." He was like, "Yeah." It's like, apparently she really likes you. I'm like, what? Like, we barely know each other.
So wait, when he said Tony, you knew which Bulgarian girl he was referring to?
Yeah, of course I did.
Oh, wow. So I did make an impression.
I told you had this strange, not bad, again, disclaimer, not bad feeling, strange feeling. But you know, actually, I don't know if you've told people about this.
What?
I think the reason why I had this weird feeling was because, do you remember the pictures I told you that I've seen it before?
I haven't said this, so you can tell people.
Yeah. So there were a couple of pictures of Tony when she was a, you know, baby girl. Not baby girl, maybe like when you were like 7,
13.
8? No.
No, I'm cookies in one of them.
Yeah, one of them, and the other one was you by the tree.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And I think it was these two pictures. Somehow I got to see those pictures, and I was like, hang on, I've seen these pictures before. Well, I mean, obviously I've never seen these pictures because I've never seen Tony before. I just knew I've seen them before in my life, or maybe in the past life, who knows? And that's when I kind of had this weird feeling. Maybe this is more special than I
needed to be.
or I anticipated.
2 things we recently talked about with Dani and Nive that came up. So first, when we didn't meet, but when you came into the computer room and I was already there.
Yeah.
I remember you taking your shirt off. You said you did that on purpose.
By the way, disclaimer, I was not naked underneath. I was wearing a vest. I had my red hoodie on, which Tony hates now.
Because he's full of holes.
I don't care. Yeah, I was wearing something underneath, but you could still see, you know, my arms and stuff. And back then I was playing rugby and stuff. So I guess I was a little bit bigger than I am now. So anyways, so back then the computer screen, no, stop it. The computer screens were made of glass. I'm sure all of you guys will know. It was glass. It's obviously very reflective. I don't know what I was doing. I just went to the computer room, I don't know, to do some homework or something. I had to print something. I always send an email. And I noticed obviously two girls, Teddy and Tony. I was like, oh, okay. And there was no one else in the computer room. I'm like, okay. Anyways, I was typing away, and in the reflection, I see maybe Tony, maybe Teddy. I didn't know exactly who it was. Someone going. I'm just like, okay, maybe this is my cue.
Wow.
I mean, I was definitely a lot more comfortable with my body back then.
You're not comfortable with your body?
I am comfortable with my body. Okay. Of course I'm comfortable. I mean, confident. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
Okay. So then you eventually said yes.
Yes.
And when you said yes, what did you think? Oh, I'm just gonna say yes so she leaves me alone. Yeah.
There's definitely an element of that. But also I thought, you know, there's this girl who says she likes me a lot, right? I thought, like, I'm sure it can't be that bad. That's what I thought.
What did you think about my S?
I was like, what the? Who does that? Who does that? I was so shocked. She comes to the library, like storms in, like on a mission. She sits down. I'm like, Tony, like, we've talked about this. Look, I don't know you. Let's just get to know each other. Let's just be friends first and then see where it goes. And Tony was like, okay, my name is Tony. I have two brothers. I have my mom and my dad. I have my real dad who has, you know, whatever, 2 babies or 4 babies. And I'm just sitting there just like,
she'll kill me.
If I don't say now, it's gonna get so awkward so fast.
What do you think about our first kiss?
Which first kiss?
Our first proper kiss.
Up in front of the girls' boarding house.
Yeah.
I mean, it was in a way like in the movie.
I had a comment underneath one of the videos that said that in Korea, it says that when you kiss while it's snowing, not raining, it means it's true love or something.
I'm not sure if I've heard that phrase before though. I mean, I'm sure there are loads of phrases that I've never heard that does exist.
Not interesting then. Did you find that our kiss, it was romantic, but did you like it?
Yeah. It was nice. Well, I don't know what you expect me to say in front of the camera.
It was just a kiss.
Yeah, it was nice.
Okay, what about the first time you said you love me and I did not say it back? How did that feel? Oh gosh, yeah, she ran away. She was like, thank you, and then she just like ran away. I was like, okay. People keep asking when I said I love you first, and I don't remember.
I also don't remember, but I think what happened was I went back to my boarding house, and later she texted me saying, I love you too.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, but then I don't know when it was that you've actually said to me that you loved me face to face. I don't remember that part.
Do you know what I haven't told? How you surprised me for...
Yeah, I spent 3 days. My fingers were so sore after. Okay, that sounds so wrong. Yeah, I spent 3 days. Wait, no.
We had to take a short break because of the dog.
Yeah. And dear people, I apologize. I just got told off for doing this in my comfortable position. So from now on, I'll be uncomfortable so I look kind of more presentable.
That's how you have to look in a video. You can't allow yourself to get comfortable.
The reason why my fingers were really sore was because I was folding a bunch of paper roses. I'm sure a lot of you guys know that you can fold roses.
You can make origami.
Yeah, origami paper roses. Yeah. I just thought it would be nice. I was a student, I was poor. So the only thing I could really afford was like a couple of pounds worth of coloured thick paper. Not real flower roses, which cost, you know, like 20, 30, 40 quid. I actually could have probably stolen it from the artist. But no, I actually bought it. Oh. I went and bought it. And
you folded how many roses?
Oh yeah, how many was it? 60
For the days we've been together, it was not 60.
Okay, I may have aimed for like 200 something roses, but seriously, my fingers were so... Because I was folding them for 3 days straight. Every break I had.
Not only in the break, also in classes, because then your math teacher told me...
Oh yeah, he did?
Yes! He was like, Josh has not been paying much attention because he's been folding these roses.
I didn't need to anyway. Math class, come on. Look at me. But anyways, I thought about giving it to you directly, but then I thought it would be nice if I could maybe, I don't know, put it in your room as a surprise. And luckily on the way to the girls' boarding house, I bumped into Mrs. B. Yeah. And I asked her, like, you know, this is, 6 months I have folded a bunch of these roses. Do you think I could just quickly pop in and just put it on a desk? And she said yes, because normally it's forbidden. You're not allowed at all.
Yet you did come in the middle of the night.
No, I didn't want to. I don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, so that's what I did, and I guess Tony was happy about that.
Yeah, it was a really nice surprise.
Yeah.
My 16th birthday in London. Was
Yes.
that a nice experience for you?
It was nice. It was also a bit weird seeing your dad. It's just uncomfortable,
But that's so weird. Doesn't he make you feel comfortable?
Yeah, he does now. But back then it was first time ever meeting your dad.
Okay. I was telling people how you went to uni.
Mm-hmm.
Now that was just a rough time because I was just so anxious.
Yeah, it was a rough time.
You can share something about that time. I told the story of the welcome party when you got into Imperial, and also how this woman called an ambulance when I had a panic attack in the middle of South Kensington.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I don't even remember what the name of that event was. It was like a freshers mingle or something like this. Mingling party kind of thing before the uni officially started. Back then I felt like I was missing out. I felt like I needed to make friends, go out, meet new people. But Tony obviously couldn't come because she was underage. After some time, like I'm talking like few years, I realized that was such a dickish move.
You wasn't.
It was. You get your girlfriend to come and help you out, to move. and then you just abandon her to go and mingle with new people. It still doesn't make me feel good about myself till this day. I don't think I ever will.
Oh, Bobby, you're the best.
I know.
You don't have to. Do you remember my 17th birthday in Lozenec? We were with Teddy and Ash.
Yeah, yes.
Do you remember we both got really sick and we spent the night just in the toilet?
Yeah, not just the night though. At least for me anyways, I was just going in and out.
Yes, but we
of the
were in
toilet.
it together.
Yeah.
That got us close.
No. Definitely not.
Us about to move in together. So
In London. Yeah.
Yes. But then you tell me that you're gonna stay in Korea.
Yeah.
Do you remember you were supposed to meet me in London?
Yeah.
But you decided for some reason not to let me know you're not going to London.
I think, we've obviously had numerous fights, like numerous fights. Let's be clear. We've also had numerous breakups with each other. Numerous breakups. That specific time we were broken up, and also second, I think I was just getting too exhausted. I also wasn't in a particularly good place myself either, because I had just failed the year, which was really sucky, because it was I failed one module by 2.2%, which is basically just a very small part of a question. 16 modules, right? And I had to pass every single one of them, and if I failed even one, you'd fail the whole year. That's how it worked with my course. And I failed one by 2.2%. And they just failed me for the whole year. I was like, anyways, there are lots of different emotions going with that, my family, with you and everything. So I wasn't in
So do you remember the Skype conversation we had when I told you, please tell me there is hope of you coming to London, and you said there is no hope?
Yeah, because I had just made my mind up thinking, fuck England. I would just go to the army. I would spend maybe 2 to 4 years in the army, and then I'll think about what to do after. That's what I was genuinely thinking. I told my dad, I told my brother, I told basically everyone that that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay, so you can fast forward. How and when did you find out I'm in Bulgaria?
I don't know.
Because I remember you texted me a few months later saying, hey, I'm London, do you want to meet up? When you told me you're staying in Korea, I was like, this is never going to work, fuck him, I'm not going to think about it. Then, when you texted me, I'm in London, I was like, he's dead to me. Because prior to that, I was like, okay, he can't do anything about his situation. He swore he's not coming back. So, yes, you were a bit political, but also you can't do anything about it. And you swore to me there is nothing you can do. And then 2 months later, look who's here. There is something he could have done. I was furious. I was like,
No, it was something it wasn't something that I did. Yeah, my dad really just pushed.
I know, and it's a good thing he did, but is that when I told you I'm in Bulgaria?
Could have been, yeah.
And then I remember I just cut you off completely. I stopped replying to you for months. And you would text me and I'll just not reply, not pick up the phone. That was so unlike.
Yeah, but then you did. I don't know what happened.
I did not. You showed up.
I showed up?
You straight up came to Bulgaria.
I did?
Oh, wow.
Oh, well done, Joshy boy.
Don't tell me you've like blocked that out.
Like seriously, those I don't know how many years, so from like 2012 till maybe 2015, 2016, that's all like a big blur to me.
Aww. Anyways, you come back to you don't come back. You come to Bulgaria.
Yeah.
To beg for forgiveness.
Yeah, but then she was like, no. Understandable, to be honest.
But that's actually really sad. I forgot to say in the video that you were pretty lonely then. I remember you going to Happy, eating on your own.
Oh yes. Yes, I did. I looked around Sofia. That's when I found out everything about Sofia.
But yes, and then I go to Vienna. You came to visit, and that's when it started being a bit weird. On and off, we break up, and then we don't speak. And then I reach out.
Yeah, it was mostly just one way kind of thing. Should text me and I'd be like, hey.
It wasn't.
It was.
You would also reach out to me. Come on, don't pretend.
I never blocked her. She would always block me every single time, every single breakup, which just happens. What happened just on its own. Like, I didn't do anything. So she'll text me like, hey, how are you? And I'm like, oh, hi. And we'll talk for like maybe a couple of days or even a week. She'll be like, I can't do this anymore. She blocks me. I'm just like, oh, okay. Yeah, and then like 3 months later, same thing. 3 months later, the same thing. 3 months later, the same thing. No, she only got in touch with me when she had some big thing that she wanted to share. I could never do that because she always blocked me. So yeah, that was really horrible because like it would take me like a good month or two for me to like feel normal, back to normal, kind of, you know, just be okay, just being on my own and with my flatmate. And then as soon as I kind of feel okay and I feel like I can, you know, yeah, maybe move on, she texts me and just like just gone out the window. I'm just like, oh, why are you doing this? Like, if you're gonna leave, just leave. Like,
wow.
That's what I was thinking at the time.
Or you were just
because
thinking, if you're gonna stay, stay.
Yeah, all that, you know. If you're gonna leave, just leave. If you're gonna stay, stay. That's what I was thinking because it's just getting too exhausting.
So easy. It wasn't so easy for both of us, not just for me.
It was easy for me.
Sure.
It was always easy for me.
Oh.
It was always too hard for Tony.
Oh wow! Yeah, but anyways, in 2015, I think that's when we decided that's it. We're just gonna be together.
No, more like 2016.
Really? I think it was my last year, you know, when I started my channel. Or right before I started my channel.
You're right. And I was convincing you, yeah, you should start. You should start.
Yes, you did.
Everyone should listen to me.
Actually, Vasi was also encouraging me a lot to start my channel.
I was the person who was really pushing.
Wow, that looked really aggressive. And do you remember what surprise you left for reaching 1,000 subscribers?
A card?
Yeah.
Looking forward to 10,000 subscribers.
Yes, how did she know? You believed it.
I think you were pretty close anyway. You were just a couple of hundred short. It did seem like, you know, the subscribers were just, you know, climbing up.
So you just decided to leave a card behind.
Yeah. Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers, because back then 1,000 subscribers seemed a lot. I mean, it is a lot of people.
Yes, it is still a lot.
But, you know, compared to what, you know, the number of subscribers you have. But anyways, and I genuinely thought 10,000 subscribers is going to be pretty hard. So I wrote in the card or something like this. I'll celebrate your 10,000th subscriber.
You would write me letters and cards, and they'll always have little kitten.
Yeah. I'd deliberately buy cards with kittens because you like kittens.
You also like kittens.
I do like kittens indeed.
Then I moved to Bulgaria, and you'd come to visit because I wouldn't travel.
Yeah.
We'd come and visit every other month. There was a period of 6 months when we didn't see each other. That's the longest we've gone in a relationship where we haven't seen each other.
Yeah. I tried to come. I mean, I think it's just extremely difficult as a student. When you're working, it's obviously difficult because you're working. You don't have the time and stuff like this, but you have the money. But as a student, you might have all the time in the world, but you just don't have the money. So I remember, but also back then, financially, it was also a difficult time for my family.
But still, you managed to come and visit a lot.
Fairly, yeah.
And then you moved to Hereford, and I came to visit you.
Yes, Hereford.
That's actually the first time we properly lived together in Hereford, which was 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2018, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you find living with me in Hereford? I felt like we've just been living together forever.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy. I always thought we wouldn't really have a problem with living together in the same space because both of us lived in the boarding school. We've spent lots of time together. And also, like, I'd come visit you at your grandma's place, and we would practically be living together there for like, a week or two or something,
Yes, but it's different. We'd do it for a long time, and like I'll move my things there.
Yeah, well, I don't see it as that much different.
I was really excited about it.
We did have a good time in Hereford. It really was nice.
Then you decided to come to Bulgaria because given the circumstances that I...
Do people know?
Yes.
Okay.
I haven't gone into detail about your job. You basically found out that you have to run away. Yeah, and thanks to Julie.
Yeah, thank you, Julie.
Yeah, thanks to Julie, you're now here in Bulgaria. People have always wanted to know, so we can use that video. How did you find your first few months in Bulgaria? How do you find it now? How much of the language do you speak?
Let's start with how I found Bulgaria. I found it alright. I mean, I've lived in 3 cities now. Seoul, London. Hereford is a city apparently, but
It's like a village.
yeah. Anyways, and Sofia, and the only difference between these 3 big cities is the language, right? Like anywhere you go, like, everyone's exactly the same. People live in exactly the same way. So I didn't find it that difficult to settle in, really.
Plus, you've been to Sofia like many times.
Yeah, that also. I'm not really scared of changing places.
People have been asking if you faced any racial discrimination in Bulgaria.
Interesting. No, not in Bulgaria, but I have in London. Well, it's super interesting because you would have like prejudice or some misconception of Eastern Europeans being like quite racist, right? But I found absolutely no case of discrimination or even racism here.
Yeah, people said if there's discrimination in the workplace, definitely not.
Everyone that I've worked with here, so nice. There's absolutely no, Sometimes I even forget I'm an Asian.
No, it's not even about being an Asian. It's about not speaking Bulgarian. You've also haven't faced many difficulties in not speaking. I
mean, there are definitely difficulties. Day-to-day stuff, absolutely no problem.
Fueling up the car. Yes, you can't have a conversation like the one we're having. But you can tell people that you've taken a few Bulgarian courses. Yeah,
I'm proud but not also proud at the same time that I've taken the courses up to A2.1. Yeah, it's really bad that I've been living here for 3 years now. I can barely speak any Bulgarian. Yeah, I do feel very bad about that, but after work and stuff.
If we are being fair, you work from home, you speak at home in English.
Yeah.
In your job, you're required to speak in English, not in Bulgarian.
Yeah.
All of our friends and the members from my family we interact with, they all speak in English to you, except my grandma.
Yeah, true.
But you were never really required to speak Bulgarian.
That's true, but at the same time, I am in Bulgaria, so I feel this obligation to learn.
But it's been hard with coronavirus, for example. These courses you took, you would have been doing them in person, speaking to the people, but you couldn't have done that. So
yeah, that's true.
So you really need dedication.
Dedication to learn a language, especially after work and stuff. I never really realized that because when I went to England, I was kind of just forced to learn because there was absolutely no Korean in the same school, so I just had to speak in English in order for me to survive in a way. So it wasn't that much I didn't need that much dedication to learn English. language. Whereas now, it's not required for survival.
Yeah.
So it does take so much dedication, and people who, I don't know, can speak different number of languages, even if like, whilst they're not even living in that country, it's just too crazy. But yeah, bottom line is, I feel bad. Embarrassed, ashamed, maybe a little, that I don't speak Bulgarian. I mean, I say that, but then why am I not taking a course right now?
I think I've said everything. If you have something to say.
Right in the beginning, who knew would be here right now?
I knew. I didn't tell Teddy I'm gonna marry you.
Yeah, that's all you said, boyfriend.
Yeah.
You didn't think it was gonna last, or like, God knows how many years.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, exactly.
No, I don't know that I didn't think that way. Maybe I did. I was very obsessed, so I might have manifested this.
Oh, you manipulated me
I didn't
into this marriage.
Thank you so much for this interview.
Well, thank you for listening. If anyone is listening, or anyone will be listening,
You can say bye.
Целувам ви, прикръщам ви и до скоро.
Bravo, Bobby, bravo.
We should be good, but we keep out of fire. We keep on talking and talking, talking and talking. Am I